Resident Evil 9's Insanity mode is one of the most unforgiving challenges in the franchise. The highest difficulty mode the game has to offer, Insanity cranks up the difficulty to 11. Enemies have more health, hit much harder, and are much more aggressive than in standard or casual. The modes also just kind of bullshit.
Why can they wave dash, dude?
Nobody would blame you for popping by the bonus content shop and picking up the infinite ammo cheat. Even the game wants you to. But I'm a gamer, okay? I don't need any infinity ammunition to beat my games. In fact, I'm going to earn Remarkable Agent for completing the game on Insanity, while earning the game's other 3 challenge achievements at the same time. That means no blood collector, no healing, and beating the game in less than 4 hours. And honestly, I think it'll be a pretty fun and chill time.
Just one stagger, bro. How? Did he smell me, dude? You got me so fucked up right now. Move, get out of my fucking way! Grace, take your gun out, Grace! Fuck, now I'm just like fucking tilted. No fucking, this is a stupid fucking game!
It's worse than the shit they're doing to people in Guantanamo Bay.
We start our journey as Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst that's been told by her boss to investigate a death at the same hotel her mother was murdered at 8 years ago. A bit of an insane request, but after a brief investigation of the hotel and a quick trip down memory lane, we encounter our first enemy. And it's here that Insanity mode makes it very clear what it's going to be. A simple scripted scare on your first playthrough becomes a frequent reset point if you're not pressing F and dodging left the second you are given control of your character. Once you know the trick though, it's not too hard to get yourself out of. We escape, Grace runs into her secret admirer, Victor Gideon, and he introduces us to his 15-inch hands and unyielding grip.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Gideon walks out into the streets of Renwood with Grace hoisted over his shoulder, which he can get away with because he's 7 foot a billion, and notices he's being tailed by DSO agent Leon S. Kennedy. After giving out a few free samples of Chinese peptides to the public, Gideon makes his escape and we step into the shoes of Leon. Now, Leon's opening mission does not pose too much of a challenge provided you're willing to run past most of the enemies. And with only 3 hours and 50 minutes to complete the rest of the game, this was going to be mandatory for this challenge run. Trouble does arise, however, as it's extremely easy to get grabbed, but with a half-decent Requiem shot and a well-timed parry, we're able to get through this section taking minimal damage.
Daddy, chill.
Once we arrive at the care center in search of Gideon and Grace, we sell off our med injector, starting pistol, and handgun ammo, and use our points to buy the 990 TAC, which we also deck out with a red dot sight and cute teddy bear charm. We complete Leon's short arena in the care center without too much trouble, and head over to the lobby so we can swap places with Grace and take our turn, keeping the weird neighbor kid company. Grace's previous section with the girl really isn't worth mentioning, as it's the same cat and mouse game as it would be on standard or casual, except the girl is faster and will kill you in one hit. Now free from the clutches of Diddy Gideon, Grace must now find a way to escape the care center. And this is where Insanity mode truly begins. The thing that makes Grace's section so challenging is that she dies to almost everything in one hit. There is an exception where an enemy will sometimes only half grab her, usually if she's running away when she gets swiped, but given that we weren't going to have access to healing, and Grace's health does not regenerate between sections like Leon's, we would only have room for a single error. Furthermore, the I Spy charm, an item that Grace can hold in her inventory that allows her to survive fatal damage, wouldn't be compatible with this challenge. The charm does protect you from death, but leaves your health in the danger zone, and the movement speed penalty that comes with that would cripple us for the rest of the game, making future sections impossible to complete. Combined with our inability to craft any Requiem or handgun ammo, or really anything, and getting Grace out of the care center was going to require careful planning and razor sharp precision.
You think he'll just let me walk up and put the organs in? Excuse me. You won't.
Stepping into what'll be our makeshift safe room for this section of the game, we take a quick look at our inventory. A revolver with 1 bullet and a glass bottle. Phenomenal. We make our way to the back where we find a blind girl and a dead man holding a keycard. Okay. And just like when my parents have company over, I get what I came here for and promptly exit the room, leaving our guests to wonder how I've been doing lately. Unfortunately, just walking out the front door will not be an option, as it's locked by a kind of puzzle that is only found in horror games. We'll need 3 keys to make our escape, and the keycard we previously acquired from Corpsey McCorpsman is going to be our ticket to the first one. The first obstacle in our path is the chef, and the designed approach to get by him is to slowly move this cart forward so you can clear a way to sneak through. But with Insanity Mode's average life expectancy being 2 minutes, there was no way in fuck I was going to be sneaking by him every time. The quicker method is to bait out his 4-swing attack, which once exhausted gives you the opportunity to just run right by him. The next zombie gets distracted by this light switch, and by timing your run correctly, you can simply walk right past him. We make sure to grab this spare ink ribbon along the way. Our next stop is the dining hall, and this is normally where you would find Grace's first pistol, but Insanity Mode wants you to eat shit, so they've placed it in an entirely new location. Which doesn't matter to me, as my plan is to grab the stronger handgun in the bar and lounge upstairs. Along the way, I opt to break this box, which always drops 8 handgun rounds, and using our glass bottle, we can get past the zombie on the staircase. Now, in the bar and lounge, by crouching and hugging the banister on the right, we can make our way over to the bar where we find our first real handgun. And with a quick trip back through and a short walk across the hall, we can make our way over to the...
She saw me? Brother, what? I'm fucking out of here. Yo! What are you doing here? Brother! Oh my god.
Unfortunately, even with a well-crafted plan, the unpredictability that Insanity brings means that resetting is going to be about as guaranteed as your local swimming pool being 80% piss. But on our second go around, we successfully grabbed the moon quartz, and with a couple leg shots on this zombie blocking the exit,
No shit!
and with a couple leg shots on this zombie blocking the exit, make our way back to the safe room, where we register our second save of this section. The next step in Operation Get Me Out of Here, I'm Literally Just a Girl, is to grab the keycard to the east wing of the care center. This can be found in the parlor room, which we can access using a red gem we found in a trinket box from the chairman's office. Now in the east wing, we make our way through a surgery room and down this hall, use our Requiem to take out 3 zombies with a single bullet.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh my fucking god!
We choose to use our single shot here as it's the most efficient spot, taking out the most amount of zombies possible with our 1 Requiem round, and will make backtracking through the east wing much easier in the future. Past the hall and up the stairs, we grab a security bracelet and meet our good friend Chunk, who moderates the Care Center Discord. Back down these stairs, we run into a fun little Insanity Mode exclusive. The surgeon actually won't be dead from the sick triple collateral we got earlier. He's needed to block your path in a future section, so it actually doesn't kill him. And much to my chagrin, he prevented me from getting behind the security door into the coveted rip knife. I was able to dodge him the second time around, but caught hands with this maid instead. And on the following attempt, I was actually able to get into the room, but got grabbed by the zombie who came all the way from surgery. It seemed no matter what I did, the game did not want me to have this knife, so I left it for now as we really weren't going to need it until the isolation ward. Oh, my beautiful safe room. I used my last ink ribbon to drop a save and take a moment to think about what I want to do next. There are 2 remaining keys, one in the east wing upstairs and another in the isolation ward. The key upstairs requires an acid bottle to obtain, and the one in the isolation ward is locked behind a level 2 security clearance and a small arena fight. The easier of the 2 is likely the key upstairs, but if I choose to get the one in the isolation ward, I can end Grace's section early, allowing Leon to swoop by and take out the remaining zombies, which would make getting the third key a guaranteed walk in the park. I opt for the latter and head out to grab the level 2 security bracelet. On the way, I pop by the parlor to use the few antique coins I have to grab a hip pouch, which will increase Grace's inventory space. Now, to actually get the level 2 bracelet, I'll need to find both a heart and pair of lungs to put into this dude's chest cavity, because this is a horror game and that would be a yucky thing to do. And much to my surprise, getting the organs was not tough at all. I was able to secure both the heart and lungs without needing to reset a single time. Using an ink ribbon I find in another makeshift safe room located in the West Wing, I lock my 4th save, this section. I'm not gonna lie, at this point I was feeling supremely confident. Sure, I had died a few times up until now, but nothing out of hand for insanity mode or really even this challenge. And considering I was a single arena fight away from coming through here with Leon and mopping the floor with anything that moved, I was starting to think I was almost done one of the toughest sections of this challenge. What else could possibly stand in my way?
Brother. Why are you not getting stunned? That's why we safety save, baby. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Why are you so close now? Dude, what is this guy's legs made out of?
I was starting to run into some serious trouble getting past these 2 zombies in this narrow-ass hallway. It's not much, it's 3 deaths, but I truly believe they were the catalyst for what the next hour of my life was going to look like. For those of you who haven't played this game, what I'm trying to do is get to the East Wing so I can drop these organs off, kill this zombie to get security level 2, then trek through this waiting room to get to the isolation ward. First step, after getting past the original first 2 zombies of course, is to take care of this surgeon who is blocking my ability to drop the organs off.
Get the fuck off me. No, you're not hearing anything. Oh, why are you here, bro? Yo, what are you doing? Why? Dude, you're getting shot in the head. Okay, well... What am I even fucking doing? Dude, isn't it supposed to kill him? Why is he the exception? Yeah, use the Requiem if you find yourself in trouble. Bro, I have no ammo.
If you find yourself struggling, you can unlock infinite ammo through the bonuses content.
Eat a dick.
To say my mental was taking a hit would be like saying babies take tiny shits. This wasn't even supposed to be a difficult part of the run, and yet I found myself dying in just about every conceivable way. I could feel the frustration building, and I was starting to get weird.
Alright, it's lungs first. Specimen ready to nut. Initiating nut protocol. Initiating nut.
I was eventually able to get some level of consistency down taking out the surgeon, and defeating the reanimated zombie to get the security bracelet is as easy as walking him out to the lobby as he'll die automatically. But then, this fucking maid, dude.
Fuck off, go do your job. Yo, why are you not being stunned? Just one stagger. Just one stagger, bro, is all I'm looking for. Holy hell, what was that, like 19 shots? Thank fuck. Great, now this dude's coming out. We're just cleaning, brother. Exactly, man. Just reset your AI. It's all good. How? Did he smell me, dude? Oh my fucking lord, dude. This is fucking maid.
Now, I'm certain she is one of the stronger normal zombies in the game, but it wasn't just her health. Her patrol route was also proving to be difficult. At one point, after I had taken out the surgeon, I dipped into the waiting room to grab the rip knife. This was my new strategy as it gave the other zombies in surgery time to de-aggro. I come back, and she has replaced the surgeon as an immovable object blocking my way to the surgery table.
Why is she in here? Oh my fuck, dude. Just give me a fucking goddamn break.
The vibes had never been lower, and my frustration was starting to boil over into pure rage.
Just fucking kill me. Just kill me. Dude, like, she's just in the doorway. She's just posted up, living in the doorway. Oh! Ooh, I'm starting to tweak. I'm starting to tweak the fuck out. I'm so just, like, beyond tilted. My frontal lobe is shutting off. I can feel my amygdala just wrapping its arms around the rest of my brain.
Luckily, all suffering must someday come to an end, and on our 21st attempt, we take an early trip back to the save room for our next save. To say I was getting my back blown out by this mode would be an understatement.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
But the show had to go on, and we still had to unlock the isolation ward and clear a way for Grace and Emily to get through. The good news is that I was able to pick up the Rip Knife along the way. The Rip Knife is an Insanity mode exclusive that deals insanely high DPS and would be mandatory for the fighting sections of Grace's gameplay. We unlock the isolation ward and interact with the box containing the second key. This triggers 4 zombies to awake from their beds and trudge out towards the lobby. My initial instinct was to take at least a couple of these zombies out so they didn't get in my way later when I had to come through here with Emily. But it turns out if you just let them walk out, 2 of them will fuck off towards surgery and won't pose a risk later on. So we opt to just let them do that instead. We head back to the safe room, grab Emily, and carefully maneuver our way to the isolation ward. We set her down so she can decipher the braille on the second key box and lock in for Grace's first forced arena fight. Now, this fight can be absolute hell on earth if you aren't properly prepared. But with 47 bullets and a full durability rip knife, I was feeling about as prepared as I could be. My first attempt is unfortunately cut short by this reanimated TurboTax advisor. But on my second attempt, I'm able to get past the first 2 zombies by playing around this window for the first one, and using leg shots and the rip knife to take down TurboTax. I break a nearby box to get some more ammo. Awesome, 3 handgun rounds, love that, thank you. And with some good shots on this next zombie and a lucky critical, it's just me and the last remaining zombie.
Just stay here and fucking hide.
There is a blister head that will spawn nearby, but by staying crouched by the door, we give Emily enough time to decipher the code for the second key. I was in shock. On my second attempt, I completed one of the largest obstacles in my way for this challenge. But something felt off. Something wasn't quite right. Had I really completed this challenge without any sort of consequence? Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing. We swap over to Leon, who's stuck in an attic with Chunk's brother Chunk. This fight is pretty easy since you're shooting a target the size of a small New York studio apartment with a shotgun, and Chunk goes down without too much trouble. The rest of this section for Leon is a walk in the park, or at least it would be if it wasn't for this goddamn fucking maid from hell.
Yo, she's fucking a demon. She's a demon. She's actually the worst fucking enemy in this entire game, dude. Not Victor, not Tyrant, not a fucking blood pus blister. It's this maid. This specific maid.
I actually had to reset a lot during this section because I kept getting tagged by stray zombies, but we eventually make it up to Gideon's office, fight the blister heads, and complete this section. We swap back to Grace about 90 times faster than I would have liked and get started with the care center basement. The gimmick here is that the power is out and we need to gather 3 of these joint plugs to get the full basement up and running again. This will give us access to an elevator that'll take us back to the surface. Immediately we run into issues getting the second plug, as our battle in the care center left us without enough ammo to take out the zombie guarding it. And hiding from him wasn't looking like an option either, as he seemed to just somehow know exactly where we were. After many trials and errors, it turns out you can just walk up, grab the plug, even this glass bottle, and if you immediately sprint right, you'll just juke his grab. We use the care center's existing OSHA violations to thin the herd a bit, and grab as much ammo as we can to prepare for Grace's second and final forced arena fight. In this fight, Grace is stuck on a conveyor belt filled with dead bodies that are headed straight for a human meat grinder. Except some of these dead bodies are actually alive bodies. Grace must survive this onslaught of zombies long enough for the meat grinder to finish processing, while avoiding being processed herself. This section on Insanity is brutal enough, but the fact that we wouldn't be able to heal or craft additional resources meant that getting past this fight would require a level of optimism bordering on psychosis. The first handful of deaths was expected. I was still learning which zombies reanimated, how to best manage my resources, and also how horseshit this section is.
I missed one shot.
After 11 deaths, I was starting to form concepts of a plan on how best to handle this. You see, the conveyor belt is about as large as a small New York studio apartment, so maneuvering past enemies was out of the question, which meant we would just have to make it so that the zombies could never get to us. By peppering the legs of any zombie with 6 to 7 leg shots, we would get a prompt that would let Grace shove them over and let the meat grinder do the rest. But we could take this a step further by not allowing the zombies to stand in the first place. Once you died and yelled at your screen long enough, you would be rewarded with the knowledge of which zombies on the belt will reanimate. And we could use that information to slash those zombies with the rip knife before they were even able to get up. I was almost there. The last piece of the puzzle was how to best use the Molotov the game gives you at the start of this section. Unfortunately, I chat-GPT'd my way through chemistry, so my understanding was that the fire would instantly kill them, which isn't what happened. So I chat-GPT'd how I could solve this, and it told me a couple leg shots on the enemy would do the trick. And on our 14th attempt, we finally make it off the conveyor belt. Our first reward is the final joint plug, and our second reward is dying to this completely scripted hit that you take when you're trying to retrieve your second.
Oh my god, dude, that scared the shit out of me. Wow, what? Oh my god, dude. That is such fucking horseshit. I have to do the blood belt over again. What the fuck were they thinking when they made this shit, dude?
That's right. Your reward for completing Grace's most challenging section is a ticket right back to the start of it. The good news is that we had the conveyor belt section down to a science at this point, and after 2 more resets, we're able to slowly and carefully make our way around the girl, drop off all 3 joint plugs, and escape the care center basement. We grab a bottle of Panera lemonade to pour on this lock, giving us our third and final key, and make our way out to the courtyard. There's a helicopter here we can use to escape, but we need to find the key for it first. And what better place for a helicopter key than Gideon's secret underground facility? Just like contracting HIV, the challenge isn't getting it, it's getting out alive while you have it. And with Gideon's facility rudely collapsing all around us, log a quick save and get ready to make our escape. The quickest way through this next section is to just run past everything, and anyone who's seen a speed run of RE9 knows that seasoned runners will do this and tank an unavoidable hit towards the end. Luckily, even on Insanity, this hit won't drop your health to so much as the caution range, so after kneecapping a zombie that will grab me, we take the hit and... No.
No. Wait.
And I really completed this challenge without any sort of consequence? Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing. My elation at completing the care center arena on just my second try blinded me to the damage I had taken during the fight. Damage that would never be healed, and damage that would haunt me for the rest of this challenge. It may seem like I'm being dramatic, but ladies and gentlemen, because of this, I reset 48 times during this section of Resident Evil Requiem.
Cool. Cool. This is so fucking annoying, dude. This is just not fun. This is not a fun thing to be doing.
The main issue I was having was that I didn't have enough firepower to deal with the number of enemies being thrown at me. For those who haven't played RE9, this section involves Grace using these disposal tanks scattered throughout this giant lab to blow up the zombies in front of her and make her escape. But on Insanity, there isn't enough juice in the tank to take out every zombie, at least not individually. And to make matters worse, these zombies all move like all-American linebackers.
And you just fucking run through everything, don't you? You're a little fucking runner boy, huh? Little farce dump lark.
The rage I was experiencing during this section was unlike anything I'd ever felt.
Okay.
No fucking... Oh my god. This is unbelievable. This is unreal.
Shit. Okay.
Wow, you actually got 20 that time? Didn't take 40? Oh, wow, it's almost like that last attempt was just absolute fucking bullshit. It's getting a little dicey. They're all alive, bro. You can't make this shit up, dude. Yeah, just kill me, because this is a fucking joke.
I was getting desperate. Every attempt I made was ending in failure. I was getting closer towards the end, but I couldn't make that last final push. So, I'm not proud of it, but I had to take some extreme measures.
Gently close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath in. And let it out with a quiet sigh. Today is unfolding exactly as it should, and you are entirely ready for it. Right now, your only task is to be here, feeling the steady presence of your own breath. As you inhale,
Okay, fuck,
You
we
can
made it. We can turn that shit off. Bro, it actually helped. I'm dead ass, it actually helped. Great meditation, bro. That's gonna get you a sub. That'll get you a sub right there.
We'd finally made it out of the Everything Goes Wrong factory, and with a quick jog out of Gideon's facility, finally close out our second Grace section. We sniped some zombies during Leon's section where he snipes zombies, and make our way into the church for the Blister-born boss fight. This fight isn't too difficult. You throw hand grenades at the big guy and melee him when prompted, and any nearby Blisterhead can be taken out with one of the myriad of melee weapons spread across the ground. We swap back to Grace, which would normally give me a fucking aneurysm, but this section is actually pretty easy. We're being pursued by the girl while we have to activate these 3 cranks to reboot the power.
Why did you redeem it?
And once everything's back up and running, we can drop the sun on the girl and put a swift end to this section. We pick up as Leon in Raccoon City and finally start the action-focused section of RE9. The first major obstacle here is going to be this big fucking spider that Leon has to take down in order to progress further. We put in as much damage as possible during this chase section before making our way up to a building where we'll be forced to stand our ground. The spider has a fairly large pool of health, so we use these red barrels scattered around the building to stunlock him and hit him with as much damage as possible. And by using every opportunity available to hit this weak point on his ass, we managed to clear this fight on our first attempt. Making our way to Raccoon City's center, we find a large steel gate blocking our path. In order to progress, we'll need to find 3 components to a detonator so we can blast away forward. This game really loves making you find 3 things. These components are spread out across the city in 3 different areas, each posing a unique challenge that must be overcome in order to earn its detonator part. Most of these sections involve just running past enemy encounters, and really the only section that keeps me held up is this Blisterborn fight.
Dude, what are we talking about? He doesn't have nail extensions.
And also this lift section.
Oh my god, just survive. 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 No, dude, how is it not dropping? There's 8 of us. There's 8 of us on this elevator.
But after collecting all the parts needed, we can blow the gate blocking our path and ride over to the RPD. Home to the events of Resident Evil 2, the RPD serves as a grim reminder to Leon of his past mistakes and failures, and acts as more of an interactable museum rather than an actual level for gameplay. We offer our sincere condolences to those that lost their lives in the outbreak, and begin with the shittiest part of the entire game.
Man, this is awesome.
After going back to the past to LARP as Elon Musk's 14th child, we're tossed into a boss fight with Tyrant, whose bottomless health pool is outshined only by his ability to try and sell me used cars. This fight is actually pretty fun. Aside from the Nissan Sentras he spams at you, Tyrant's fight is just about learning his attack patterns and having enough damage to interrupt his swan dive that leads to unavoidable damage. After about 20 resets, we put the past behind us. After dispatching the plant tentacles in the subway car, we rappelled down a couple thousand feet to search for Umbrella's secret underground lab. Time was starting to tick at this point, and I was approaching the 3-hour mark in my run. I figured that as long as I got to Umbrella's lab with at least an hour remaining, then I would still be on track for the Speed Demon challenge. But the stress of completing the run on time was starting to get to me.
Get that, Leon. Fucking... Dude, grab it.
There's also a lot of unavoidable hits that you'll take down here and let you know exactly how this section plays out.
Who the fuck are we, bro? Get these guys out of here. They're not plants.
The plant boss fight isn't too challenging once you understand its attack pattern, which is just simply a headbutt followed by one of its tentacles and then the other one. With our superior gardening skills, we're able to take down the plant monster and reach Umbrella with an hour and 3 minutes remaining. We were just about done our journey. All we had left was the Hunk fight, Grace's final section, Leon's overdose on ketamine, and Gideon, the final boss of the game. After finally making our way to the lab, the elite guard shows up to try and put a stop to our run. A stacked hand grenade thrown at the first ambush lets us clear the room quickly, and sniping the soldiers in the following room allows Leon to cross its catwalk and get to the other side. 4 more soldiers will spawn in here, but they can be quickly taken out by sniping them before they're able to fully deploy. We push forward to rescue Grace, but are stopped by Hunk, the commander of the elite guard. Hunk's fight for this challenge can be especially tricky, since taking even a single hit of damage will leave me too chunked to face Gideon. His parry timings start out pretty easy, but things get tricky when he starts to incorporate feints into his combos.
What is that shit, bro? He's LARPing as a Beyblade.
There are also some attacks that, I swear to you, will be randomly sped up. This slice with his karambit is especially egregious. The trick that worked for me was to not worry about perfect parrying every attack like this game is Sekiro. If you prepare for the fast variation of each of his attacks, your time with this fight will be much easier.
Let's go. Give me that shit, boy.
With Hunk's boss fight out of the way, it was now time for Grace's final section. And it's bad. The last Grace segment can be boiled down to 3 mini sections, each containing a key item that Grace needs to progress. The first is an override key that can be found in the sterilization chamber. This requires you to run past lickers and arc zombies, grab the key, and then loop back around through them. There's also 2 bottles of acid that you can loot along the way. Now, this section did give me quite a bit of trouble, but it's not the one I want to focus on. The next place we want to check out is the bioweapon repository. This area is almost like a warehouse and is filled with these large storage containers. By using a few glass bottles we picked up along the way, we can carve a path upstairs and grab our second key item, the Noblesse Orb. The other thing we grabbed in this room is a save. We picked up the last ink ribbon given to us, and this will be the last save of this run. What this means is, in order to grab the final key item, we have to walk back through bioweapon repository, back through the mini safe area, and back into the sterilization chamber. This is a 1 minute and 35-second walk back that I will have to do every time I die in this section. But it's not the walk back itself, because it's really not that bad. It's the fact that this is the last section of Grace's gameplay, and I was ready to be done. I was tired of running past zombies just to get sucked in like they had a Gersh device in their pocket. Tired of having the combat prowess of a sick Victorian child. Tired of the bullshit. So getting through this last area was a struggle.
Alright, so what if we did this? What if we did this? Oh, this seems so bad! Still on caution from a hit I took, like, fucking 2 hours ago, dude. What a ridiculous fucking idea this was. I'm about to put on some Subway Surfers gameplay for myself, bro. This is mind-numbing. That's kind of weird-ass arc. Oh, fuck! So, what the fuck do you even do here, bro? Like, let me think. What am I supposed to do? I do have 2 bottles of acid, so, I mean, in theory, I can just straight up kill both the liquors. Take out the other dude with the rip knife. You want to try something like that? Grace, maybe we become like a cashier after this or something. Maybe we pop into our nearest Domino's, slap down a delivery driver resume. Nah, there's nothing happening over here, bro. No, he can come over here! Ah! Okay, we're okay. Dude, alright. Let's try it. We're just gonna fucking puke our resources on these guys. Bang. Us, 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 us. Pull up. Bang. I have to be really careful with this dude, because, yeah, they just do this shit where they stumble all fucking over you. This looks good, this looks good, this looks clear. Holy. Where's the Molotov? I don't need that, bro. I don't need that, bro. I need the Molotov. This is an insane challenge that only a fucking idiot would do. It'd be really nice if I could find the Molotov, unless they just don't provide it on this difficulty, which would be, like, really fucking lame. But it's starting to look like the case, honestly. Alright, so check this strat out. Check this strat out. Oh, put it in. No, I hit spacebar. Oh my god. I said check this strat out and ran directly into like 8 zombies and got my neck ripped open. Some are calling him the Nikolai Tesla of Resident Evil challenge running. Bro, this is gonna make me pick up a Xanax habit. Fuck, I might have greeted. I greeted. I greeted. I should have been more patient. It's entirely my fault. Okay. Patience. Patience, Falco. Patience. Let's see if one of them grabs me or if it actually cuts me some fucking slack and lets me get through this door. Nope. This game sucks fucking dick. This game sucks dick! Bro, this is just starting to get so old. Because look, now I got all this shit, and obviously I'm not going to be able to get to the fucking keypad. This is so fucking tedious, bro. This is so goddamn stupid. It's just fucking stupid. So, I'm not going to gather anything around the room. I'm just going to pull the zombie. And there is a timing where I can get to the keypad. It's not like it's not possible. It's just... The thing about this mode is it's so annoying when you think you have a strat... And just doing this challenge. You have a strategy, right? And it's not... Like, you can't replicate it super consistently because this game just loves to do stupid shit. and call it challenging. It's not challenging, bro. It's fucking annoying. Uss, uss, uss. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, 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 okay. Why does he have a shiv, bro? Who brought a shiv? Oh. Oh. It's gotta be a form of torture. That's green. That's gotta be green. That's gotta be green. This is a stupid fucking game! Oh, good God almighty, bro. It's fucking agony! This is getting bad, guys. I can feel my will to live being sucked out of my anus. Just sucked. Like there's a little fucking parasite down there sucking it all out. Sucking all the poop out of my butt. And you say, wow, that's really crass. Like that's not a very like becoming thing for you to say. I don't fucking care. I want to die right now. Please soft cooldown, please soft cooldown, please. Please, just nothing else, man. Give me just I need to get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. It's fine. We can be dying. There's nothing else to do. Holy fucking moly. Holy fucking moly. Imagine if I didn't grab the ball. That's fine. We can be on danger. We're done. There's no one else. Oh my god, we're done. Oh, sweet god. Yes. Oh my god. It's over. It's over. It's over.
It's a toss-up for me on whether it's this section or Gideon's underground lab that caused me the most amount of suffering. But I didn't have to worry about it anymore, as we wouldn't have to play as Grace for the rest of the run. Leon's section where he's dying and has to fight through rooms of liquors isn't too bad. I did try to just run past all the liquors in the first room, but that wasn't very effective, so we just fight them straight up. And the second room is just about using these red barrels to save ammo and hitting your shots when the arc zombies spawn. That just left the big man himself, Victor Gideon. Gideon's fight is nothing to scoff at. He's hyper aggressive and can be extremely punishing if you aren't managing your axe durability. Not to mention, he has one of those really cool bullshit boss moves that feels completely unavoidable the first few times he pulls it out. The beginning of the fight is just about exchanging blows and making sure you have enough ammo in your shotgun and durability in your hatchet to make it through his combos and counter. At a certain point, he'll power up, giving you an opportunity to dump your mag into him. He starts doing all these wicked anime moves, but the only one that's truly dangerous is this dive that is near impossible to escape. You have to be anticipating it, and once you see him wind up, start running directly at him, and you'll dodge the damage. He also has a chance to pull out an RPG, which you can parry because you're Leon Sex Kennedy, but the smarter choice is to stat check him and make him drop it on the ground. You can pick it up at this point and fast forward straight to his final phase. And once you're here, you've basically beaten the game. You can parry his tentacle attacks, and as long as you don't mismanage your hatchet durability, this is an easy dub. Thank you so much for watching my video. I had a lot of fun making it, and hope you had some fun watching it. If you made it this far, comment Leon Sex Kennedy below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Give me that pop. Hey! That's it, baby. That is it.